All right, good evening and welcome to this Yoga for Recovery, Realization, and Resilience. My name is Brian and I'm delighted to be here with you this evening. For this class, we're going to, as always, we're going to work with our intention. So we'll land and ground and raise gratitude and set intention. And then we'll move into the practice, remembering our first guiding principle, which is support precedes action. So take a moment now to ensure that you have all of the supports that you need for your practice this evening available to you. Blocks, straps, bolsters, blankets, eye shades, maybe a chair, tissues, clear your passageways. Anything that will support you in your practice, have that available and then utilize that during your practice this evening. Secondarily, I want to stress and remind you that it is your practice. You are in the privacy of your own space by design, and the only requirement for you is to be present and to breathe. Everything else that I offer or suggest or invite from over here is just that, an offer, a suggestion, an invitation. And so come into any alternate posture at any time. Modify any posture at any time you need to. Come out of any posture when you need to. At any time that you feel like you're not, feeling in your breath and focused on your breath, stop. Come back to your breathing, reconnect with your breath, and then join back in where you're ready. Okay. All right. So let us begin by finding a supported posture, whatever that looks like for you. Maybe you're in a chair with your feet flat on the floor, underneath your knees, hip distance apart. Maybe you're seated cross-legged on your mat or on a cushion or a bolster. Maybe you're lying on your back with your legs up the wall. Whatever form that takes for you, whatever posture that looks like for you, take a moment to bring yourself into a supported posture. And we find the support in our posture by finding the parts of the body that are in contact with something. So the feet on the floor, the sides of the legs on the floor, the sits bones, the pointy bones at the base of your hip girdle, in the seat cushion or on the mat. Any part of your body that's touching something, feel into that physical sensation of connection at that part of your body. That is your support. And then having found your supports, I invite you to imagine you could root into your supports, extending roots through those places in your body that are touching something down into the earth beneath you to hold you tight, steady, and sure. And then as you root down, I invite you to lengthen through your side body, lengthen through the spine, lengthen through the crown. Experiment with tucking your chin and nodding your head left to right until you find that release at the back of your neck so that you can feel the full length of the spine from the base to the crown. And having established that length, that elongated spine, that aligned spine, keep that spine elongated and aligned. And then turn your awareness to the present moment by coming into your breath. Bring your awareness of your mind to your breathing. Find your inhale as it appears underneath your nasal passages and begin to breathe in and out through the nostrils, following your inhale into your body, wherever it may go in your body. Following your exhale out of the nostrils, letting go completely and releasing everything on the exhale. And holding your awareness there under breath, find that next inhale as it appears and follow that inhale in. And that exhale out. And continue to hold your awareness on your breath. And if you do nothing else in the practice for the next 50 minutes or so, that will be enough. Just be mindful of the breath, knowing that you're breathing in when you're breathing in, knowing that you're breathing out when you're breathing out. Being aware of the breath and where it goes in your body on inhale, being aware of the breath and releasing completely, letting go completely on the exhale. And then on your next inhale, I invite you to float your hands to your heart in a way that brings awareness to your heart space and allow to arise in your heart space gratitude. Any one thing for which you are grateful today. Perhaps for you today, just the possibility of gratitude. And then whatever arises for you when gratitude is called forth, I would like you to see that clearly in your mind's eye. and to anchor your gratitude in your heart space. And then finally, this evening, if you like, I invite you to set an intention for your practice. Maybe a simple intention to just be right there with each inhale, or to just keep your gratitude anchored in your heart space. And whatever your intention is, I invite you now to state it to yourself. Hear yourself in your mind's ear as you state your intention in a clear and declarative voice as if it is already done. And then listening for the echoes of your intention, I invite you to take a full inhale. And then as you exhale, if you choose to, allow your chin to drop towards your grateful and intentional heart and offer a benediction to seal your intention. As I say, Namo, Namaste. And then lift the chin, release the hands to the knees. Take a moment here, if you're not already seated, to establish a seated posture. We're going to do a little breath work here to start. So maybe switch your cross of your legs or find yourself, reseat yourself so that you feel supported and can be comfortable or supported at least for the next couple minutes. And we're going to do a little breath work to get ourselves activated and engaged here. So we're going to do a very simple breath, breathing in and out through the left nostril. Now, you can use mental awareness and just bring your awareness to your left nostril as you breathe in and breathe out. Or you can take your right hand, extend the fingers up, and bring the right thumb against the right nostril to physically close that nostril. And the breath is just simply an in and out through the left nostril. Full deep inhale, complete exhale. Now you'll find your rhythm and your pace. So you may be breathing at a different pace than me, and that's absolutely as it should be. So let's take a cleansing breath through both nostrils. We're going to go left nostril, then we're going to go to the right nostril, and then we'll breathe in and out through both nostrils. So let's just take a cleansing breath to prepare. To take a full inhale through both nostrils. And a complete exhale. And then bring your awareness to your left nostril. I'm beginning to breathe in through the left. And out through the left. Now, for those of you that tend here regularly and are familiar with Breath of Fire, you can begin to bring a little diaphragmatic action to this if you like. Pulling the diaphragm down and back on the exhale, and as you release the diaphragm, feeling the inhale come. And just being aware of your breath. Now, if you are pregnant and or on your menstrual cycle, please don't pump the diaphragm. Just take long, deep inhales. And you begin to find your rhythm in this practice and your pace and your breath. In and out through the left. The body is very still. The awareness is on the breath in the left nostril. And your focus is at the brow point if the eyes are closed, or just at the tip of your nose, just beyond the tip of your nose if your eyes are narrowed. Just breathing here. On your next inhale, take a full inhalation. Gently retain this breath. Lift at the base of the body, at the pelvic bowl, at the hip girdle. Relax the shoulders down, tuck the chin slightly. Let everything settle to the center of your being. Be very still. And then release your lifting. Release the breath. And then bring your awareness to your right nostril. And begin to breathe in and out through the right. Full inhale, complete exhale. Settling in and finding your rhythm, your pace, your breath, and your practice. Again, although even if you're pumping the diaphragm, the body is very still. And the main thing is to remember that the inhale and exhale are equal in their length and volume and duration. So there's a tendency if you're using your diaphragm, there's a tendency to overdo the exhale. And just be aware of that. Just make sure that your inhales and exhales are equal. And if you haven't done this particular practice before, it takes some, like anything that's new, you just have to get used to it. Clearing the energy channels of the body and the hemispheres of the brain, bringing ourselves fully present here. On your next inhale, take a full inhalation. And again, gently retain this breath while lifting at the base of the spine, at the pelvic bowl, relaxing the shoulders and tucking the chin slightly. Feel everything settle in the center of your being. Very still here, just noticing. And as you are ready, release your lifting and then release the breath, release the hand down. And now we're going to breathe in and out through both nostrils. So take full inhale and complete exhale, both nostrils. And again, settle into finding your rhythm and your pace and your breath and your practice here. Full inhale, complete exhale. Body still. Awareness is on the breath in the nostrils. And the focus again, if your eyes are closed and your focus is at the brow point, that place where the eyebrows come together just behind the forehead. If you're not entirely comfortable closing your eyes, just narrow your gaze to something not moving beyond the tip of your nose and just be still and breathe. Just being centered here, allowing yourself to check in with your gratitude and your intention in your heart space. On your next inhale, take a full inhalation. Gently retain this breath while lifting at the base of the spine, at the pelvic bowl. Relaxing the shoulders, tucking the chin, letting everything be still at the center of your being. Just notice the possibility of stillness, perhaps. Notice sense of energy. Notice any shift in your mind state. Just notice your own experience here. And then release your lift, release your breath. Bring your hands to the knees. Bring your thumb and forefinger lightly touching. Rest the back of your palms on your knees and just be still for a moment. Check in with your gratitude. Check in with your intention. Notice what shifted for you. Notice maybe you feel a little energized, maybe not. Just notice what you notice. Notice what you notice for yourself. Begin to notice the effect of your practices. We use these tools on our mat so that we can be aware of their effect on our being, and then we can take them off the mat and bring them to play as we go through the rest of our day. Activating breath here, energizing ourselves for the practice. All right. Let's take a full inhale. A complete exhale. And let's come around to our mat on our backs. We'll start today on our backs. Let me bring this with me just in case I decide we're going to do something with it. All right. Come down onto your back on your mat. Extend your legs long. Release your hands by your hips, palms up. Bring your toes and heels together and toes neutral toward the ceiling, lengthened through the crown. Let's just stretch a little bit here. On the inhale, take the arms long overhead, interlock the thumb either direction. And then as you inhale, lengthen through the fingertips and press through the heels. Dorsiflex the toes back toward the face. Feel that length along the backside of your body. Full inhale. As you exhale, release the toes back to neutral. Switch the interlock of your thumb. As you inhale, lengthen through the fingertips. Press the toes away from the face. Lengthen through the top of the feet and the fingertips. Full inhale here. Complete exhale. Release the toes to neutral. Bring the hands down by the sides, palms down. Let's just bring the knees into the chest a little bit and squeeze. Feel a little release there. Rock a little bit side to side on the mat. Find some release. And then bring the heels toward the mat. The knees are together. And we're just going to, actually, let's start with this. Let's just take the arms out from the sides. 60 to 90 degrees, and just gently let both knees fall over to the right as you gently look over your left shoulder. No need to go anywhere. Just allow them to fall. Then inhale, bring the knees back to center, the head back to center. As you exhale, let both knees drop to the left, looking over your right shoulder. Just a gentle, gentle twist in hips. And then inhale back to center, exhale right with the knees. Inhaling center, exhale left. Find your rhythm and your pace. Now, very gentle here. We're not trying to get anywhere. Your knees are not going anywhere. You're already here. Just finding a little bit of freedom in the hip girdle here. Any tightness that might have settled in from those sitting for a minute or two there while we breathe. One more time here. Left. Inhale back to center. Bring the knees in toward the chest. Squeeze. Maybe pick up your nose toward your knees a little bit. Find a little bit of length here. And then bring your head back down. Bring your hands down by your sides. Now, for extra support, bring your thumbs underneath the sits bones. For even more support, bring the back of your palms underneath the SI joint. That's the top of the buttocks. And then what we're going to do is we're going to bring the right knee in toward the chest as we extend the left leg long. And then when we breathe, we're going to switch with the breath. So now we're going to inhale, left knee in, right leg goes long. And then exhale, left leg long, right knee in, and continue moving the knees away and toward this, pistoning the legs with the breath. Every time you breathe, you switch. So you begin to find your rhythm and your pace and your breath and your practice. And now you're engaging through the core. Now, if you experiment with the angle of your legs, you'll find you can get more support. If you take your legs a little higher, you'll feel a little bit more support from your spine. Maybe you take your legs halfway up the wall, or maybe towards where the wall and the ceiling come together, or maybe even up to the ceiling itself. And as you do that, you'll notice you get a little more support from your spine. So find that, work with that. We're just going to be here for a minute. Engaging through the core and the hip flexors, the quads and hamstrings, the glutes, the QL, the abdominal muscles. Yeah, bringing a little bit of heat, a little bit of energy, a little bit of engagement here. And then inhale, both legs long. And exhale, release the heels, let the toes fall open, turn the palms up. Take a full inhale down into the belly. And a complete exhale. Inhale here. Exhale here. Cleansing breath, full inhale. Maybe sigh it out, maybe open your mouth and stick out your tongue and let everything go. And then bring the knees into the chest, turn the palms down again. Find your hand support. If you like to have more support, take that. Take the feet towards the ceiling. The heels will press toward the ceiling. The toes will flex towards the face. We get long here. All right. Now we're going to do our leg lifts. And you can do this one leg. Let's do one leg. We'll do scissor kicks. So press the right heel toward the ceiling. Let the left leg drop toward the mat on the exhale. On the inhale, bring the left leg back up. Press the left heel toward the ceiling. On the exhale, drop the right leg down toward the mat. Inhale the right leg up. Press the heel. Lower the left. And inhale the left up. Press the heel. Lower the right. Find your rhythm, your breath, your pace, your practice. Now, if you're feeling spiffy and you want a little bit more of a challenge, you can do both legs at the same time. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Fully engaged here, just finding your rhythm and being in this practice. So maybe feeling a little bit of heat. I'm certainly warming up. This is called the warm-up. I'm definitely getting warm. And breathing, noticing your breath. And we're always working to be calm and steady and focused on the breath and moving within our own body. Wherever you are, inhale up. Exhale, bring the knees in toward the chest. Squeeze the knees in a little tighter. Lift the nose and just release. Rock a little side to side. Release any tension in the lower spine. And then bring the heels toward the hips. Feet flat on the floor. Now, pressing into the feet. Bring your hands down by your sides, palms down. Lengthen through the crown. Now, as you press into the feet, you'll notice that your pelvic bowl will begin to tilt a little bit. And you maybe even feel the bottom part of your buttocks, maybe even rising up the mat a little. Just find that little movement. So very subtle movement here. Find that. And then bring your awareness to your thighs and your knees. You want to keep your thighs and knees in parallel. So the tendency here is for the knees to start to flop open. We want to avoid that. So we want to rotate, internally rotate the thighs, keep the knees in alignment. And then at this time, press into the feet and begin to roll the buttocks up off the mat. And then continue to press and lift the belly button toward the ceiling, noticing how the weight rolls up into the lower back, and then the middle back, and then the upper back. This is our bridge posture, finding there's no weight in the head or neck. Everything's in the shoulders here. Inhale here, lift a little higher, shine a little brighter. And then we're going to do dynamic bridge here. So this is our bridge pose. On the exhale, we're just simply going to roll back down one vertebrae at a time until the buttocks are just hovering above the mat. And then inhale, we're going to roll back up. And again, you're going to begin to find your rhythm and your pace and your breath and your practice. Working the back side of the body, the glutes, wonderful practice for your glutes and your lower back muscles. Your hamstrings. Noticing that the support comes from pressing into the feet. The roll up happens almost naturally here. One more here. Inhale, roll up. Exhale, gently roll back down. Bring the knees into the chest. Squeeze the knees in. Lift the head. Bring the nose toward the knees. Find a little release as you rock side by side. And then release the legs long. Turn the palms up. Let the toes fall open. Take a cleansing breath here. Full inhale. Sigh it out. And then find your way onto your belly. So you're going to roll to your belly. Either direction, doesn't matter. Just roll to your belly. And then bring your hands underneath your shoulders, your thumbs right at the breast line. Your elbows will move towards each other behind your back and down toward the hips. So we're dropping the shoulders away from the hip. Tops of the feet will press into the mat. Toes going long toward the bottom of the mat. And maybe you feel your knees engage and lift as you press into the tops of the feet. Nose, forehead, or chin to the mat. Lightly pressing into the fingertips. Lengthen through the crown. And as you lengthen through the crown toward the top of the mat, you may feel the nose and face begin to lift. Continue to lengthen. Pressing into the tops of the feet. Lifting the crown. Lifting the heart. Shoulders away from the ears. Heart comes forward. Low cobra posture here. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhaling. Exhaling. A full inhalation. A complete exhale. As you exhale, lower the chin, forehead, nose back to the mat. Curl the toes. As you inhale, press into the balls of the feet and back through the heel. You'll feel the knees engage again. Lengthen through the crown. Press into the fingertips and the heel of the palm and press your body up into a plank posture. Inhale here, press back through the heels, lengthen through the crown. As you exhale, lift the hips toward the ceiling and the wall behind you. Release your chest and stomach back toward your thighs. Let your crown fall toward the mat and then release the heels toward the bottom of your mat. This is your downward dog posture. Take a breath here. Full inhale. Complete exhale. On your next inhale, bend your right knee and press back through your left heel. Notice how that gets long. Press out of the fingertips. Lift the hips. Feel the length in the back of the body. It's wonderful back opening posture here. Breathe here. On your next inhale, bend the left knee. Press back through the right heel. Continuing to get long through the back, hips high. Breathe here. On your next inhale, bend both knees, lift the hips up and back, and let both heels then drop toward the mat. Downward facing dog, full inhale. Complete exhale. Inhale here, look up between your hands. As you exhale, gently just walk your feet, little baby steps, little mincing, little elephant walk. Bring your feet between your hands at the top of your mat. Releasing your forehead toward your shins, releasing your hands toward the mat. Come into your forward fold. Breathe here. Experiment with establishing your weight in your feet. So notice, because the torso is in front of the thighs, the weight tends to shift forward into the balls of the feet. So lift the hips up and back, press back into the heels, get long here. If you like a little bracing, grab your opposite elbow with the opposite hand. A little bit of support here for this posture. Breathing here, full inhale. Complete exhale. Inhale here. Exhale here. A full inhalation. As you exhale, release your hands down in front of your feet or on your ankles.
whenever they reach. Maybe your hands don't reach the mat, that's fine. Inhale here. And then as you exhale, just simply walk your hands over to the left side of your mat, bringing your forehead toward your left knee. Just adding a little twist, opening up through the side body here. Breathing. Inhale here. Exhale. Full inhalation. As you exhale, walk your hands back towards the front of your feet. Inhale here, get long, lengthen through the arms and the crown. Exhale, walk your hands over to the right side of the mat, bringing your forehead toward your right knee. And again, just adding a little twist on the left side body, breathing, again, full inhale. Complete exhale. Inhale here. Exhale here. Breathe in. As you breathe out, walk your hands back toward the front of your body. Bring your palms to your shins. Brace the palms against the shins. As you inhale, straighten the arms to support lifting the torso. Bring your crown long. Find your torso parallel to the mat. Flat back here. Breathe in behind the heart. Full inhale. Complete exhale. Keeping that length as you exhale, release the hands, release the crown toward the mat. Bring the forehead back toward the shins. Forward fold. Let's do that one more time. Brace the palms. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, release the head, release the hands. One more time. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees so you feel that weight ground into the heels, and then slowly begin to roll your torso upright. So you leave your head and neck loose and long, saving the head and neck for last. As the torso comes up, the shoulders will naturally roll up and down. The crown will lift. The chin will come parallel to the mat. Palms will turn forward. Fingers will extend long. Feel that blood flow change now that the head is higher than the heart. You'll feel that perhaps. Take a moment here to establish yourself in your support. So you feel into those feet, particularly the inside and outside of the ball of the foot, the inside and outside of the heel of the foot. And then pick up your toes if you like, establishing those 4 points, and then gently bring your toes back down. There's your support. Support precedes action. Having found your support in the feet, imagine you can pull the inner heels toward each other. Feel that engagement up through the inner part of the legs. On your inhale, take your arms high, biceps by the ear. Maybe roll your eyes up. Keep the chin parallel, but maybe roll the eyes up a little bit. Just lift and lengthen through the fingertips. Tall mountain. Inhale here. Exhale, release the hands to prayer. Now, you can take your hands to prayer, or you bring your hands to your hips, whichever feels more supportive. And we're going to pick up the right heel, rooting down into the left foot. Now, establish yourself on that left side. Inhale here, maybe pick up the right foot entirely. Exhale, step the right foot back on your mat, dropping your right heel down and extending the toes at an angle off the long side of your mat. Keep the hips, ribs, chest, and head facing to the top of your mat. Inhale here. Establish your weight in your feet. So find your support. Support precedes action. Find your support in your feet. Inhale here. Exhale. Just simply bend the left knee. Maybe bringing the left thigh parallel to the mat. Maybe not quite parallel. Maybe just a little bit. Finding this extension here. Bring your hands to prayer at the chest. And then if you like on the inhale, maybe take your arms high. This is your warrior posture. So breathe in here. Maybe your palms touch. Maybe you interlace the fingers and point the index finger. Maybe you just press the palms. Maybe your hands don't touch. It's okay. You're just breathing here, establishing. Maybe roll your eyes up a little bit. This is warrior one. Inhale here. And then as you exhale, just lower the elbows down to shoulder height, press the palms forward. So goalpost arms or cactus arms, open the heart, breathe here, full inhale. Complete exhale. Inhale, the arms go high.
Exhale, bring the hands back to prayer. Inhale, straighten the left leg. Exhale, take your hands either at prayer or to the hips and step the right foot forward to join the left. Inhale, the arms go high. Exhale, just hinge and fold. Hinge at the hips, release into a forward fold. Inhale, brace on your shins if you like. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bend the knees, root and rise, gathering as you go. Take the arms to a tall mountain. Exhale, release the hands to prayer at the chest. Now, take a breath here. We're going to go to the other side. So hands at prayer or hands on the hips, wherever you're most supported. Find yourself on that right foot as you lift the left heel. Establish yourself in that right foot. Inhale, maybe pick up the right foot entirely, maybe not. Exhale, step the left foot back, drop the left heel down and in, left toes at an angle off the side of your mat. Hips, chest, ribs, head, face the top of your mat. Inhale here. Exhale, bend into the right knee. Now, establish yourself in your feet. So notice as you bend into the right knee, the tendency is that weight comes forward and the left heel comes off the mat. So we want to avoid that tendency. We want to keep the weight balanced into the feet. So we're pressing into the outside of the left foot, down into the right heel. Fully established here. Hands to prayer. Inhale, take the arms high. Find your hand position. Breathe into your warrior. Full inhale. Complete exhale. Inhale here. Exhale here. Breathe in. As you breathe out, lower the elbows to shoulder height, palms forward, cactus arms. Full inhalation as you open the heart. Complete exhale. Inhale, the arms back high. Exhale, bring the hands to prayer. Inhale, straighten the right leg. Hands to prayer or at the waist. Exhale, step the left foot forward to join the right. Inhale, the arms go high. Exhale, we hinge and fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root and rise through tall mountain. Exhale, release the hands. Hands to prayer or to the waist. Establish yourself in the left foot. Pick up the right heel. Pick up the right foot entirely. Step the right foot back. Drop the right heel down and in. Bend into the left knee. Inhale, take the arms high. Exhale, lower the elbows to shoulder, cactus arms. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, take the arms high. Exhale, bring the hands to prayer. Inhale, straighten the left leg. Exhale, step the right foot forward to join the left. Inhale, arms go high. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root and rise, gathering as you go. Exhale, release the hands. Prayer or to the hips. Establish yourself on the right. Pick up the left. Inhale, pick up the foot. Exhale, step the left leg back. Drop the heel down and in. Inhale, take the arms to prayer. Bend into the right. Inhale, the arms go high. Exhale, elbows to the shoulder height, cactus arms. Breathe in, full inhale. Complete exhale. Inhale, the arms go high. Exhale, hands to prayer or to the hips. Straighten the right leg on the inhale. On the exhale, step the left foot forward to join the right. Inhale, the arms go high. Exhale, we hinge and fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root and rise, gathering as you go. Exhale, release the hands, prayer or to the hips. Establish yourself on the left side. Inhale, pick up the right foot. Exhale, step it back. Inhale, establish yourself in your feet. Exhale, bend into the left knee as you bring your hands to prayer. Inhale, take the arms high. Exhale, lower the elbows, shoulder height, cactus arms. Full inhale. Complete exhale. Inhale, the arms go high. Exhale, Bring the hands to prayer. Inhale, straighten the left leg. Exhale, step the right foot forward. Inhale, arms go high. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise. Exhale, hands to prayer or to the waist. Pick up the left foot. Inhale. Exhale, step the left foot back. Inhale, get long and establish yourself. Exhale, bring the hands to prayer, bend into the right knee. Inhale, the arms go high. Exhale, elbows to shoulder height, cactus arms, full inhale. Complete exhale. Inhale, the arms go high. Exhale, hands to prayer. Inhale, straighten the right leg. Exhale, step the left foot forward to join the right. Inhale, the arms go high. Exhale, we hinge and fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Place the hands beside the feet and step the right foot back into a lunge. Drop the right knee down and in. Drop the top of the right foot to the mat. Establish yourself here. Find your balance. Maybe pick up your hands. Maybe bring your hands to your left knee. Press the left thigh as you straighten the arms to lift the torso. This is your supported lunge. So feel this. Might feel very similar to what we just did with warrior, except we're now in a more supported posture with the knee down. Inhale, the arms go high. Exhale, elbows shoulder height. Heart open, breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, take the arms high. Exhale, release the hands down. Frame the foot. Curl the toes of the right foot and lift the right knee. Stay here for a moment as you inhale, lengthen through the crown and push back into the ball of the right foot and back through the right heel. This is your runner's lunge. Inhale here. Exhale, step the right foot forward to join the leg, release the head, forward fold. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root and rise, gathering as you go. Exhale, release the hands to prayer or to the hips. As you establish yourself here, pick up the left foot. Inhale. Exhale, step the left foot back. Ooh, no, let's not do that. I'm sorry. Let's step the left foot back forward. Let's actually do the lunge on this side. Inhale, the arms go high. Exhale, we hinge and fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold, hands beside the feet. Step the left foot back to a lunge. Drop the left knee in the top of the left foot. Establish yourself here. Maybe bring the hands to the right knee. Opposite hand underneath. Straighten the elbows to lift the torso. Supported lunge. Breathe here. Full inhale. Complete exhale. Inhale, the arms go high. Exhale, elbows shoulder height. Cactus arms. Breathe into the heart. Full inhale. Complete exhale. Inhale, the arms go high. Exhale, release the hands through prayer. Frame the foot. Curl the toes with the left foot. Press back into the ball of the left foot and the left heel. Inhale, get long through the crown. Feel that length in that runner's lunge. And then exhale, step the left foot forward to join the right, releasing the head, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise. Exhale, release the hand. Now we're going to put all that together here. So, inhale, the arms go high. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, hinge and fold. Step the right foot back to a lunge. Drop the right knee to the top of the right foot on this first one. Inhale, take the arms high. Exhale, release the hands, elbows shoulder height. Inhale here. Exhale here. Inhale the arms high. Exhale, hands down. Frame the foot, curl the toes, lift the right knee, and then drop the right knee down. Drop the right heel down and in, right toes off the mat. Bring your hands to your knee first time. So you can feel into this. Establish yourself. Then straighten the arms to lift the torso. And then continue to lift the torso. Bring the hands to prayer. So you're establishing that warrior posture. Then inhale, take the arms high. Exhale, release the elbows. Shoulder height. Breathe into the heart. Full inhale. Complete exhale. Inhale, the arms go high. Exhale. Release the hands to prayer or to the waist. Step the right foot forward to join the left. Inhale, the arms go high. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold hands beside the feet. Left foot back. Drop the knee in the top of the foot. Inhale, take the arms high. Exhale, release the elbows, shoulder height. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, the arms high. Exhale, release the hands, frame the foot, curl the toes, lift the left knee, and then drop the left heel down and in. Bring the hands to the knee first. Establish yourself in support. And then straighten the torso. Continue to lift the torso. Bring the hands to prayer. Inhale, the arms high. Exhale, elbow, shoulder height. Inhale here. Exhale here. Inhale, the arms high. Exhale, hands to prayer or to the waist. Step the left foot forward. Inhale, tall mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bend the knees, root to rise, gathering as you go. Through tall mountain. Exhale, release the hands. Roll the shoulders, take a breath. Full inhale. Complete exhale. All right. Let's come down. Let's find our way down to the mat. On the inhale, the arms go high. On the exhale, we hinge and fold. On the inhale, we come to a flat back. On the exhale, we hinge and fold. Place the hands beside the feet. Step the right foot back to a lunge. Step the left foot back to join it. Inhale to a plank. Exhale, knees, chest, chin, or reverse push-up, lower down to the mat. Release the tops of the feet. Roll to your back. Either direction. Let your toes fall open. Actually, we should probably do a twist real quick. Let's twist this out just to get final release here. So let's bring the heels toward the hips and the knees toward the ceiling. Let's take the right leg high toward the ceiling and then reach up and grab behind the right leg somewhere and pull that right knee toward the face, creating space in the hip girdle. And then let's cross the right thigh tightly atop the left, dropping the right foot outside. Take your arms out, 30, 60, 90 degrees, create a little space. Lengthen through the crown, inhale, exhale. Just let both knees gently fall to the left. Looking over your right shoulder. The right shoulder stays down on the mat and relaxed. So don't overdo here. Let the weight of the legs and gravity do the work here. The knees, if you have a thought for the knees, they're moving away from the face. Just creating space. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale here. Exhale here. A full inhalation. A complete exhale. On the inhale, bring the knees and head back to neutral. Lift the right leg high. Reach up and grab behind the right leg. Pull the knee toward the face, create space, and then release the right leg long on the mat. Notice what's happening in your hip there. And then bring the right knee back to the ceiling. Now, take the left leg high. Reach up behind the left leg. Bring the left knee toward the face, create space in the hip girdle, and then cross the left thigh tightly atop the right. Arms out 30, 60, 90 degrees, creating space. Inhale, get long through the crown. Exhale, let both knees fall gently to the right as you look over your left shoulder. And again, the left shoulder stays down on the mat and relax. So we're not trying to overdo anything here. Just gently
opening the hip girdle and twisting out any tension that might have risen. Breathing here, breathe in and breathe out. Full inhale. Complete exhale. Inhale here. Exhale here. On your inhale, bring the knees and head back to neutral. Take the left leg high, reach up and pull, and then release the left leg long. Release the right leg long to join it. Bring both knees in toward the chest. Reach up and grab just below the knees. Squeeze the knees into the chest. Bring your forehead and nose toward your knees. Make a nice tight little ball and squeeze. Inhale here, squeeze. Retain this breath as you squeeze. Squeeze. Squeeze and release. Let the legs go long. Let the crown release to the mat. Let the toes fall open. Take your hands to your hips, palms up. Move your heels as wide as is comfortable for you. And then imagine you can pull down on your side ribs so that the lower spine is on the mat and just let go. Now, this is your guided rest posture. So take a moment here to provide yourself with any additional support that you may want in this posture. So maybe you have an eye cloth. Maybe you have a blanket or a shawl. Maybe you have a bolster. Anything that will provide you even 1% more support, have that available to yourself. And then utilize that as you come to rest in your guided rest. Your goal here is to simply let go and release. Be done. Allow yourself to be done completely. Lost a few people. Release any shaping of the breath of the body. Release any conversation with yourself about any analysis of the practice. Just allow yourself to rest here. This is your rest posture. This is a posture. It is called rest. See if you can rest fully, deeply, and completely. And in this rest, know that what happens in this rest is that you are integrating all of the energy that you raise through the practice, through the breathing and through the movement. We're shifting and moving energy around, and now you're allowing that energy to settle in to your soul, into your cells, into the very heart of your being. This is healing, rejuvenation, restoration, renovation. And your job is simply to allow, to feel yourself supported along the full backside of your body. Feel how gravity is holding you, and to feel how this process and this practice is creating a space for true rest, an opportunity for stillness, a healing and integration. Cocooned, supported, held in your space. We'll explore this possibility of stillness in silence for the next minute or so.
If perchance you notice that your attention has wandered away, I invite you to bring gratitude to that noticing, and then gently and compassionately return your focus to your breath. On your next inhale, I invite you to begin to reconnect with your body, perhaps wiggling your toes and your fingers, maybe rotating your wrists and your ankles. Continuing to reacclimate to your body. On your next inhale, I invite you to bring your heels toward your hips, your knees toward the ceiling, and extend your right arm alongside your head so that the bicep is by your ear. Take a moment here in this posture to prepare yourself to roll to your right side. And when you are prepared, and only when you are prepared, gently roll to your right side, allowing your right arm to cradle your head and neck like a pillow. Take a moment here on your right side to prepare yourself to be upright again. And when you are prepared, and only when you are prepared, I invite you to bring your left arm in front of your torso and use your left arm to help leverage yourself back into a seated posture. Take a moment here to reestablish yourself in your seated posture, lengthening your spine, settling into your breath, and then on your next inhale in this seated posture, I invite you once again to float your hands to your heart in a way that brings awareness to your heart space, and to allow to arise in your heart space perhaps one more thing for which you are grateful this evening. And as you witness yourself in gratitude in your space, as you see yourself sitting in gratitude in your space, I'll take this opportunity to extend my sense of gratitude to you from this space. Thank you so much for coming and sharing your practice and staying. And as always, I invite you to stay here in your grateful witnessing for as long as you like. And more importantly, when you do finally rise, please take your gratitude and the echoes of your practice with you as you go through the remainder of your day, lifting yourself and all that you come into contact with. Have an amazing day.